Don't forget yourself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tristan Griffiths, and you can find me as ImTristanG across all the socials. It's a ridiculous idea that you might forget yourself. After all, you're always there, you're always present, and you're always around in every situation. So what do I mean when I say don't forget yourself? I'm talking about every situation you find yourself in. You might be there in presence, you might be aware of everything, but how aware are you? Are you approaching situations, relationships, business transactions, lead generation, marketing, video creation, creating the content? Every situation you have to be mindful of yourself. Are you giving yourself enough rest? Looking after yourself? Are you putting yourself as a priority in your life and in your business? So many people get caught up in the motions of generating new business, chasing leads, creating content, recording videos, going to meetings, networking, that they can quite often just be going through the motions in every situation. They might be so focused on getting that next sale or generating that next bit of business that they forget you can only show up and do your best work when you're looking after yourself. So really, don't forget yourself in any of those situations. Don't forget yourself in planning your time. Talked a lot about planning this week around resolutions only being as good as the plan that sits behind them. About the reason I had my phone stolen not being a big issue was because there was a plan behind it and I had a good system in place. So when you plan, and this is your week, this is how you interact, it's all of your systems and processes in your personal life as well as in your business. That's in your relationships with people who are in your intimate side of your life, so your friends and your family, and then on the other side where it's business transactions, relationships, clients, suppliers, you name it, it's every situation you find yourself in. In all of those things, you can only show up and do your very best work if you're looking after yourself. So today I encourage you, don't forget yourself. Give yourself a chance to rest. Take time out. Today I've spent some really quality time with Louisa, out having a cup of coffee, doing a little bit of shopping, reading some books, having a look through some bits and pieces while we were out, doing things that we enjoy doing. So what do you enjoy doing when you're not at work, when you're not in that relationship situation or that lead generation situation or creating content or checking social media? If you had to stop and go and do something, what would it be? Don't forget yourself and make time for that. Daniel Priestley refers to this a lot when he's talking about immovable tasks. He says when you're planning your weeks, your months, you're putting all your schedule together, you need to plan your immovable tasks first. Louisa and I have done exactly that. We've planned a holiday, put that in the calendar, got it all booked. And that's really important because otherwise it will always be something we'll get around to. And I'm sure you've said it before, I'll get around to doing that. We're all human. We have the best intentions of doing something later, but actually we live such busy and distracted lives these days that getting around to it very often doesn't cut it. Quite often things crop up, things get in the way, there's distractions, and there's reasons that we don't ever get around to it. So don't forget yourself. Make sure that you get those immovable tasks in the calendar. It will be different for everyone. For you, it might just be going for a walk. Could be going out for a coffee or meeting up with friends. You might want to go to the cinema. It might be getting that exercise done, that good intention that everybody seems to have at this time of year of getting in shape, about eating healthier. Whatever that priority is for you right now, make it that. Make it a priority. Once you make it a priority, it becomes easier to do. Had a conversation with my good friend Mario today around, as I was growing up, I could never understand how people who smoked at a high level could afford to smoke when other people were, only just getting by. And the reality is they make sacrifices, and that is a priority. Buying cigarettes and having that available to them is a priority, which is the reason that it happens. So with your immovable tasks, with the things that you want to do, whether that's exercise, eating better, spending time with friends and family, traveling more, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's resting, maybe it's getting more sleep. Whatever it is, make it a priority and make it an immovable task. Schedule time for it, put it in the calendar, in your schedule, in your daily plan to make sure that it happens. Because if you don't, you will be forgetting yourself. So please don't forget yourself. I encourage you to do this because you can only show up to those situations as the very best version of yourself when you're well rested, you're looking after yourself, and you actually take time to look after yourself, to invest in yourself, in your health, in your well-being, in your mindset. You can handle the toughest situations if you have a good mindset and if you turn up as the best version of yourself, present and with the good energy. So today, have a look at how much time are you giving to yourself. When you're chasing for business, are you sacrificing sleep? So are you getting up really early or going to bed really late? Is it that your schedule for getting to sleep has changed because it's not a priority, whereas getting business or creating that extra piece of content is the priority instead? I encourage you not to forget yourself in those situations as well. When you have a plan, when you have a schedule, it's much easier to do this. I know that whenever we plan events, and we've got a whole range of events coming up, we have to get those in quickly because I have an open calendar that people can book in. So it makes it a priority to make sure everything that we schedule and plan goes straight in there. So we set it as an immovable task. I even have time scheduled and blocked out in my calendar for creating content. So that is a priority as a digital agency who are helping other people. We have to focus on creating our own content. I have also time in my calendar for spending time with Louisa. That is important. Taking time out, whether that's a walk, a coffee, it might literally be watching a film. But we prioritize it and we make it something that is an immovable task, and it's all about us spending quality time. So that is something that's important to us. So what is important to you? Reflect on what you want. Yes, you need to work. Yes, you need to generate business. Yes, you need to do the marketing, the sales calls and all of that. But you can only do that in the very best way if you actually show up as the best version of yourself. And in order to do that, you need to not forget yourself. So please don't forget yourself. I'm sure there's someone in your community who needs to hear this message today. So as always, my big ask of you is please do hit that share button, because you never know who needs to hear this message today. Have you got a friend who maybe goes to bed late or wakes up early and is really burning the candle at both ends? Maybe I can get through to them and this will resonate with them. If it's resonated with you, let me know down in the comments. And as always, please do connect with me wherever you'd like to hang out. Find me as ImTristanG across all the socials. I look forward to speaking to you soon.